Alright. Threw some extra layers on, because I'm cold as always. Let me move everything over to my other monitor now that things have been shuffled around. And let's see if I can't set up the capture for a new game entirely. It's probably not going to be very long. If I had to guess, this won't be longer than an hour. We'll see, I guess. That's just a random guess. Not particularly substantiated on anything. Let's see, where we going? Right here. Okay. Oh, man. Mentally prepare myself for what we're about to play. Hide that. Okay. And I'm sure at some point during this, the anime behind me is going to run out because there's probably not that many episodes left, so I'm not going to bother throwing something else up, though. We'll just let it run its course and then be done with it. My hair is starting to get to a point where it might be okay. Like I think a month from now, I'm going to be okay with how my hair looks again. It's going to reach like an acceptable length again. It's just been in this really awkward middle stage where I feel like I have to like cover it up and do something about it all the time. But it's actually like, I don't know, it's starting to like really push out, I think. It's getting there anyways. All right, let me hit play and let me go to here. And for some reason, it's still capturing the Xbox, so let's not do that. That's actually fascinating. I'm surprised it does that. This will capture full screen, so no, let's get it to capture a specific window. Oh yeah, let me just ruin my hair. Why not? Just get a bowl cut just because it's funny. Full screen? Okay, here we go. Alright, we're playing a visual novel. Let me move myself out the way. Should probably change the game category on Twitch. I'm not sure if this has a category on Twitch. Let's find out. No, this doesn't. Amazingly enough, no. The Symbiant is not on Twitch. Okay, let's just go games and demos then. I'm not about to assume the the Hot Wheels Unleashed category for this. Yaoi, yeah, that's the term. I actually forgot. Okay, yaoi. What should we call this? Yaoi hoedown. This is a yaoi hoedown. Over here on this channel here, we're playing you playing a yaoi hoedown. Okay, so we gotta talk about this because I can't just play this without any context. Okay. Move everything up there. There we go. Okay, first of all, this is an 18+ game, but much like the last time I streamed an 18+ game, this has an adult patch that you have to download. So as long as I don't download the patch, it should be fine. It'll be racy at best, but I think this will be fine. We can get away with this, and especially because this is just the demo, okay? I did not buy this game, okay? We're playing the free demo available on Steam, okay? Okay, as for why I'm playing this game, like I said, every month now, I'm trying to get in this routine now where I do a Steam showcase to showcase games that are trending on Steam, that are selling well, that are very positively reviewed. I want to check them out for myself, see if I can find anything that I really click with, and then if I like it, I'll share it on stream, right? That's what I did last month. I played, I think, 9 games all in one stream. I'm going to be doing it again in just a couple days, so tune in for that if that sounds like fun. I think it'll be fun. Good selection of games. And this would theoretically be one of the games. The Symbiant, let me check the Steam page. How's the Symbiant doing? Let me check the store page. The Symbiant has over 200 reviews and it is rated 98% positive. I mean, by all standards, this is actually a very well received game. This is better received than most games on Steam, and it's certainly the best received visual novel I've seen in a little while. There's actually another visual novel-ish game out right now that's rated even better than that, but it's in early access, so I just kind of just don't care. I'm just not interested in early access games. This is a finished game, though. But yeah, it's in a genre that I can't say I'm particularly interested in. I don't think I've played any visual novels in this genre before. And I don't think I'm interested, I'll be honest with you. I do like a good visual novel, but only if it plays into the type of stuff that I really like. Otherwise, I have a hard time getting into that kind of stuff. All the ratings from my 15-year-old Fujo cheese. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm concerned about. Look, we're going to give it a shot, all right? If there's a free demo, might as well. I'm not just going to buy the Symbiant on the chance that it ends up like being so good that it doesn't even matter what my sexuality is. I'm just so engrossed by this. I come out a changed man. All right, but you know, for a free demo, I might as well try it out, okay? And I felt I wasn't really sure if I wanted to include this in the actual Steam showcase stream, so we're just putting it here, okay? We're just gonna do it here. Because I think this would have been a weird addition for Steam showcase. And plus, because it's a visual novel, it kind of takes a while, you know? I wasn't even sure about playing a visual novel anyways, because it's just me reading. We'll see. Okay, do you want to read the tutorial for a visual novel? I guess maybe this could theoretically be your first visual novel. Oh wow, in order to advance the story, you can either click anywhere on the screen or press the enter or space key. Try hovering the mouse on the right side of the screen. You'll see the quick menu. Yes, I did end up seeing that. You can hide and unhide the text box by hitting the H key. Great. Lastly, you can check the help button at the quick menu to see all commands and shortcuts. Enjoy the game. So I don't know if there's a specific part of the game that's been cut out for the demo, or if we actually are just starting from the top, but we're about to find out. Okay, here we go. I'd like to finish the demo today. Again, I can't imagine it's gonna be longer than an hour, right? For a visual novel demo, they can't give me too much, right? Okay, it's Tuesday, September 29th, 5066. We landed in, that's a crazy year. 5066, unfathomable. We landed in the city of Kayama 3 days ago. Since then, I've been running around trying to scrape through credits. Okay, you're playing a visual novel. You gotta slow down, pay attention to what you're reading. We landed in the city of Kayama 3 days ago. Since then, I've been running around trying to scrape enough credits to repair our ship and secure our next gig. The last transport job didn't go well, and we only received half of the original payment promised for delivering the goods late. That doesn't even cover all the repairs we incurred. Juni, my business partner, also known as the ship's mechanic, didn't sound worried. She insists that every time this happened in the past, we've managed to bounce back. She believes in my resourcefulness and negotiation skills, but I can't help feel pessimistic because of recent developments. Let me move my mouse out of the way. I'm not even using this. Just as I was about to give up for today and head to the local bar, I received a call from our freight broker about an opportunity we couldn't say no to, at least not right now when we're literally struggling to keep afloat. Upfloat? The amount of credits offered not only covers the ship's repairs, but also ensures a comfortable life for the next 4 months. The gig sounded simple and straightforward. Provide transport for one passenger and his cargo to Odaria and the Dex 93 system. That's about 6 weeks of travel in the most secure planetary system in the galaxy. Pirating is virtually non-existent there, and space anomalies have never been reported. It's basically a piece of cake for a pilot. Normally, I avoid transporting passengers at all costs. They're a pain. Okay, we acknowledge that we're reading a story. Okay, it's okay, all right? They're a pain in the ass to deal with at best, and at worst it could cause me to lose my commercial transport license. We also don't have the real estate or luxuries of a large liner outfitted for travelers' comfort and entertainment. The cost of traveling with us is the same as the big guys, though, which means that anyone who wants to travel on a small transport ship has a special reason for it. And personally, I can't wait to find out what our passenger's reason is. Mysterious passenger. Moments. Okay. First impressions, by the way, right away. If the CG is actually done by an artist for the game, then I compliment it. I think it's good. Problem is, a lot of visual novels that I've played couldn't be bothered. They don't bother with background artists. They'll have someone do the sprite work for the actual characters, but background artists, come on, who cares about backgrounds? Bro, background artist is goes a long way, man. Instead of just taking random photos on Google Images and throwing a Photoshop filter on them, getting a background artist really helps, man, in my experience. And I think especially in like a fantasy setting like this. So, so far I like that. And from what I've seen, the art really does just look really good in this game. So visually, it's very appealing. Moments later, I spot someone walking toward our ship. The tall figure moves with dignity and confidence. Their hand is protectively resting on top of a large sarcophagus-like transport crate hovering by their hip. Another couple of smaller crates hover behind. They approach and keep to the shadows, so I have a really hard time discerning their features.
Greetings. I take it this is the Ameritat?
This is fully voiced? This is fully voiced.
Affirmative. And you are?
This game is fully voiced? Okay, alright. Impressed levels are just creeping up the longer we play.
Going to Odaria. I was told we could depart immediately.
Dude, there's probably some good money in voice acting for yaoi visual novels. I'm just saying, hey, I got a microphone, I got a voice. Ladies out there, hey, I'm here. I spent a long time sitting on my butt talking into this microphone. I'd love to get paid for it once in a while. I'm not above a visual novel. Are you kidding me? You know how many I've played over the years? The stranger cautiously glances around.
Yes, of course. May I see the documentation, please?
They promptly produce a small chip from their pocket and hand it to me. I scan with my handheld computer.
Mr. Sabo Tato Brave Trigounder Vorda?
Just brave is fine.
Yeah, I'll take brave. Species humanoid, subspecies Odarian. We got subspecies in the year 5066. I don't know much about this race, but all I can say is that I've only seen a handful of Odarians in the ports in all my time traveling. Looks like I have a chance to learn more about them now that I'll be traveling in proximity with one for several weeks.
All right, Mr. Brave. What's in the large crate?
That's the sarcophagus.
I was informed that the sizable bonus fees I paid included a no-questions-asked courtesy.
And there it is. These passengers are always up to something. The only question is, how bad is it?
Yes, naturally. However, I still can't take you aboard my ship with something illegal. Forbidden substances, weapons, live species, stuff like that.
It's none of those things. Check the permits on file.
Go through the various permits the passenger has in his travel profile. Hey, Reba, listen, you get the game for yourself, okay, if you want to go that far. As far as the demo goes, I don't think we're reaching that stage in our relationship, okay? Just a sneaking suspicion. The crate's permit is none of the ones I'm used to seeing, and the small print is difficult to read. However, it does mention something about botanical organisms in several places and being legal to own and transport in this part of the galaxy.
Oh, it's a plant?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big fan of plants myself. You'll see that we have many on board. My name is Danya, by the way, and I'm the pilot of the Ameritat.
I extend my hand towards Brave. Amicably. We'll be in a small ship together for weeks, so might as well try to make friends right away. Good gesture. After some hesitation, the passenger steps out of the shadows and clasps my hand. Only now am I able to see how breathtakingly handsome he is. Long white hair contrasts beautifully with his light blue skin. He's dressed in an elaborate outfit reflecting some particular string of the latest intergalactic fashion trends I'm not familiar with. His facial features are Terran-like, proportional and elegant, and punctuated by his intense gaze. His eyes are wary, shadowed by something dark, though. Also, he looks somewhat tired and maybe a little sick.
Can we leave now?
Yes, sir. Welcome aboard the Ameritat. If you could please follow me to the cargo bay, we've designated a section for your convenience where you may store...
My luggage stays with me, in my room.
Well, our guest quarters aren't very large. I strongly recommend making use of our cargo bay space. You'd be much more comfortable that way.
I insist.
I thought, I really expected maybe a little bit of like ambience or some kind of background, something or another. We've been sitting in an awful lot of silence, which is fine for like the very, very beginning, but like a couple text boxes in, we should probably pick up with something, I'm not offering my talents though, I don't think. Thought it would take a little bit longer before something sketchy comes up with this guy. But honestly, if he wants to stick this huge pod by his bed to trip over, I don't care.
Okay, if that's what you prefer.
He's gotta sleep with his pod, man. We board the ship and I show Brave to his quarters. I want to offer him a tour of the ship, but he doesn't look like he's in the mood for that right now. Still, I don't want him to get lost in case he needs something. Offer him a tour or ask how he's doing. I'll just offer him a tour.
Would you like me to give you a tour? Our ship's not that big, so it won't take long.
I won't go farther than this room today. Thank you.
Okay, fair enough. He probably locks himself in his room. I guess I can introduce Juni to him tomorrow. The passengers settled in and the ship fueled up. We depart from the station and jump into space. Okay, we got a little something finally. Don't know why it took this long. It'd be kind of cool if there was like a scrolling background, like the space scene here was just kind of on like a even if it was just like a swing back and forth. You know, like it didn't even have to properly scroll. But a few hours later, I do a check of all the systems before setting the navigation on autopilot. Can't wait to talk to Juni about our guest. She usually wakes up around this time, so I leave the cockpit and make my way to her quarters. We run into each other in the main corridor.
So, tell me all about it.
Dude, where do I start? He's mysterious and drop-dead gorgeous.
Come on now, don't talk about passengers like that.
And you're drop-dead horny.
That I admit. Also, I'm weak when it comes to my type. You know me.
I definitely do. But tell me, does he have glowing emerald skin?
Not really. He's blue, and there isn't any glowing in the dark happening, to answer your question.
What about his ears? Are they, like, furry at all?
Not that I noticed.
Last chance. A tantalizing scaly tail.
A hard no, unless it's really tiny. Where are you going with this, Juniper?
He's beautiful by Terran standards. Luckily for you, it means that both species are probably mutually attracted to each other. It's nature's way of bringing together genetically compatible individuals and encouraging them to mate.
Hey, you had me at mutually attracted. But judging by our exchange yesterday, he's not the mating type.
Why are we just getting right into the sex? What is this? Could play 5 minutes before getting into the sex? We gotta build up a little bit first. Why are we already talking about how horny we are? I feel like I'm playing like a generic like anime harem visual novel where I'm like the MC surrounded by where I go to like an all-girls school or something.
Meaning?
Well, I don't know. It's just a feeling. He came off as kind of cold and distant earlier, I guess. Also, I don't know if he even identifies as a he.
Dude, this is a passenger that's paying you to take them to another area of the galaxy. Okay? You're not here to build a relationship, okay? Just take your money, hands off, okay? You're not a good captain. Are we a captain? Are we the captain? I can't remember. Whoever you are, you're terrible at your job.
I do, actually. He and him work for me.
Okay, good to know. Good to know. This is established protocol in the year, 6055? I didn't notice our guest joining us in the corridor. I hope he didn't overhear our conversation. Yeah, no kidding.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. Why don't you introduce me to your colleague?
Right. Mr. Brave, please meet Juniper. Juni for short.
Is there a log? Yeah, there is. How far back does it go? Goes all the way back, boy. We can go all the way back to the beginning. Here, this. I go through the various permits the passenger has in his travel profile. They dropped the... You can just barely see it. I'm kind of in the way. They already dropped the pronoun earlier. We already assumed a pronoun at some point and started using it in our inner monologue. We jumped the gun, but then we still went back to they later anyways. I swear, man, the pronoun thing is tough for everyone, okay? It's gonna take a long time before we can get down with this pronoun thing. We're all gonna be making little mistakes like that all the time.
Well, it's actually Juniper. But Terraneers can't pick up some of those sound frequencies, so we settled for Juniper.
Yeah, she's my business partner, mechanic, jack of all trades, and I guess a second in command of this mighty interstellar vessel.
Of course I'm second in command. There's only 2 of us, dude.
Oh, okay. We're a real small crew.
And no offense, but the Emeritot's mighty days are over. We're lucky if it holds for another couple of years.
I wonder what software we're running in, or why am I absolutely blanking on the word for it? What like program is this game developed in? I'm just acknowledging. It's just interesting because when a second line shows up underneath, the top outline for the next line shows up a little bit at the bottom, which I thought is particularly weird. It makes me think that whatever we're running in isn't actually meant for visual novels, and we just are making a visual novel in it anyways, I guess.
Pleased to meet you, Juniper. There's no need to address me as Mister. It's just Brave.
Well noted. You're a Darien, yes?
Engine, that's what I'm looking for. Engine. Oh my gosh, what engine are we running in? Because this ain't Renpy.
Correct. And you are originally from Tulworth, second largest of the Ognutera's moons?
My, you clearly know your moons.
How many are there?
Ognutera has 14, but Tulworth is the only place with my shade of green. Brave, are you by any chance hungry? We were just going to the mess hall to grab something.
Oh yes, I'm famished. Also, could you guys show me around this ship sometime? This place looks really cool.
So much for cold and distant.
Yeah, he's warming up pretty well to Juniper. Totally flipped a switch, didn't he? It's like I'm talking to a different person. He's probably sleep deprived and who knows what else.
Yes, of course. I'll be happy to do the official tour for you, Brave.
Calling him by his name feels unexpectedly entrancing. I quickly give myself a mental kick for obsessing over the smallest of things about him. Seriously, I don't even know the guy. Yeah, bro, relax.
But first, let's all grab a bite.
People really do be horny sometimes, huh? Can't imagine. Juni and I get our pre-packaged meals and pop them in the oven to cook, adding one for Brave as well. Then I catch myself realizing I still don't know what this gorgeous alien consists. Don't call him a gorgeous alien! What this hunk of an alien considers food. This dude is down so bad. Do your job.
So, what do Odarians eat, anyway?
We're omnivores, same as Terrans. The only thing I can think of that grows on Earth that I can't digest is seaweed. It's deadly for my kind.
No worries, we don't have any on this ship. Though, I personally miss sushi sometimes.
Brave looks like he's about to say something, only to be interrupted by a cough. A very normal Terran-like cough. What timing?
Are you okay, Brave? Danya, get him some water.
Get up and fetch our guest a glass of fresh water with lightning speed. He manages to take a few sips, which seems to soothe him.
Yes, I'm okay. I might be coming down with a cold again.
Alien cancer. That'd be a cool way to take this story. A bait and switch game that lures you into thinking it's going to be a yaoi visual novel, but it actually ends up being about like delivering an like accidentally harvesting an alien disease that wipes the galaxy. Just something really weird. Juni and I look at each other confused. I think we both hope it's not contagious or dangerous.
Before I got on the Emeritot, I had been traveling on Kayama for over 2 weeks without much rest. The rainy weather and the lack of sleep really did me in. I should be back on my feet within a couple of days, I promise. Until then, I'll make sure to stay away and wash my hands often.
Brave slowly gets up from the bench, intent on leaving the mess hall.
No way. You just got here. What's a little cold gonna do to us?
If I get infected, it's a small price to pay to satisfy my urge to learn more about our new passenger. Juni smirks at me and Brave smiles with relief.
Are you sure?
Bro, you're going to be living with us for the next 6 weeks, okay? If you have something, we're going to get it anyways.
Yeah, we are. Our immune systems can handle it. Right, Danya?
Sure, why not?
What Danya doesn't know is that Adarians have a weak immune system, not well adapted for travel outside their home planet.
Really?
Yes, that's correct. That's why you don't see many of us outside of Odaria. Odarians who choose to travel bring along an extensive array of pricey medications as preventive measures. Despite that, we're still highly prone to getting sick.
Oh man, I'm cold.
Damn. Sorry to hear that. Hope you feel better soon.
Thank you. As I said, a few days rest and I'll be as good as new.
What do you do for a living? If you don't mind me asking, Brave.
Brave lights up at the question.
I'm what you call a symbiant expert.
Juni and I raise our eyebrows waiting for him to explain. Remember, this game is called The Symbiant.
I study mutually beneficial interactions between different species in the galaxy. I'm also occasionally called in to facilitate the adaptation of individuals of different species who have historic symbiotic relationships and are having difficulty establishing those bonds. I'm very familiar with the theory of symbiosis, but it's the practical part that really fascinates me. For example, you have a species of sea creature that lives around a certain marine invertebrate. It feeds on its byproducts and uses its polyps to hide from predators. The invertebrate also benefits because the sea creature protects it from its own predators and parasites.
Wow, that is pretty amazing.
It definitely is. Not only is it incredible how completely different species can adapt to exist side by side in harmony, but also help each other in ways no one can ever anticipate.
Brave looks at me enthusiastically, waiting for another question. Looks like we've uncovered his favorite topic. But what intrigues me the most about him is that, as when he spoke earlier, I got a distinct feeling that I already know him. There's a familiarity about him that I can't put my finger on. If I hadn't become a pilot, I think I would have studied plants and the ways we can cultivate them in space. Juni's one of the few people who don't mind listening to my plant lectures, so I'm happy to indulge him and ask more questions. Sorry, I can't read this. I can't read this. What the heck? What am I missing? Hello? Where's my, like, drop shadow? Or something? Something... Seriously, something about Brave's job? So something specific about Brave's job. That's what it says. Something specific about Brave's job. Dude, that's horrible. That's horrible. Come on, man. What are you doing? This game actually was like not too bad on the visual presentation. So far, my only gripe has just been the text cropping on the bottom. But like, come on, this is actually pretty egregious. How did you miss this? There's a drop shadow on the menu down here. Just apply that to the choices as well. I thought this might be a problem because earlier we had the choices and they didn't have a drop shadow, but they were positioned in a place where it didn't matter. There's no outline of the text or anything. I don't know, man. Something about Terrans.
So, I guess you must have extensively studied all the major species.
Most of the knowledge I have pertains to the way my own race interacts with different species. But yes, I've studied a lot of different subspecies of humanoids.
And what do you find the most interesting about Terrans?
I'm glad you asked. To me, it's their adaptation ability. It turns out that out of all the humanoid subspecies, individuals of Earth are most skilled at adjusting to their environment. That's doubly amazing to me, because that means the potential for a symbiotic interaction and relationship is much higher than any other subspecies.
True story, and that's why I partnered up with this guy.
Yeah, we certainly work well together.
I like these two guys. They're pretty solid as far as like voice acting goes. They really got the role. Not super sold on the alien girl. I feel like she's not a great fit voice for the character. She slurs a bit. Something specific about Brave's job, or that's enough questions from me.
Can you tell me about symbiotic relationships Odarians have with other species?
Sure. We have a few widely known ones, actually. There's the mulotic aquatic band, a sea creature native to our biggest sea that feeds off our blood and dead skin in search of iron nutrients. Before our medicine became what it is today, the best way to treat a wound or large cut was to apply them to the area, and they would keep it closed and clean, feeding off the blood and dead skin until it fully heals.
Oh, we have something like that in Toolworth too. Except we apply it on rashes. While it does sting in the beginning, it stops the itching and feeds off whatever's growing on our skin.
I'm a bit jealous. We mostly have insects and worms that feed off blood back on Earth, but I'm pretty sure the exchange is all one-sided.
Okay, fun.
So, I understand that part of your job is helping individuals from different species adapt if they choose to start a symbiotic relationship on another planet. How do you do that?
You know what else would have been nice for this part? If we had a CG of them just sitting at the table in the background instead of standing around with their sprites. It's fine to be standing around and having conversations sometimes, but like we're clearly like settling in to have a conversation. And he was even described that he was coughing. We gave him a glass of water. I mean, we're obviously supposed to be sitting at the table, like in the background. Why not just have some CG with us sitting there?
It depends on the case. My expertise lies with the Odarian environment in particular. Someone who's visiting the planet would have already gotten their vaccines, been screened, and have permits to land. If they're still struggling to adapt to the new environment, then they come to me. We usually do more tests, review their medical history, cross-reference previous cases, and try to find a solution. The answer could be as simple as a special diet, supplement, or breathing exercises.
A supplement? What would be an example of that?
Well, I consulted with a few Ognoterans on Odaria who had trouble eating most of the food available there. I prescribed them a certain bacterial supplement found on Toolworth. When eaten, this bacteria will thrive in your digestive system and assist the processing of food from different environments. They were skeptical at first, but after only a week of including it in their diet, they were able to enjoy our rice and most of our dishes without discomfort.
That's interesting. And that solution seems rather specific. How did you figure out that a bacteria which was neither from Ognotera or Odaria could solve their problem? You say it's from Toolworth, but I've never heard of it before.
That particular bacteria worked for similar cases in the past, including inhabitants of Ognotera's moons and other planets from the Horum galaxy.
Okay, cool world building, bro.
You would be surprised by how many interplanetary food issues can be solved by ingesting certain organisms. Having more than 2,000 years worth of research at my fingertips helps.
Well, gentlemen, I have some things to take care of in engineering, so if you'll excuse me for now.
Later, Juni.
It was nice to meet you, Juniper.
Ooh, now I'm impressed.
And so am I, apparently. What a curious fellow.
I hope you feel better soon, Brave.
Juni grabs one of the ready meals and leaves me with Brave.
Hey, Danya.
The sound of my name coming out of those lips sends a shiver down my spine. Am I really that horny? Crazy dialogue.
Can I have one of those dinner plates too?
Whoops, I completely forgot. Here you go. It's General So's chicken, Terran specialty. Juni digs it, and I hope you will too. Doesn't have any seaweed in it, in case you're wondering.
Thank you. I'm sure this will be good.
I look at Brave eagerly throwing himself into his meal as I grab my own plate. I guess the poor guy was pretty hungry. We chat some more over our food, about the different kinds of Terran dishes my new friend is familiar with. Turns out he's had quite a few for someone who's never been to Earth. After we're done eating, I clean up and walk our guest back to his room, then retire into my own quarters. What an eventful day. I don't have a chance to fully process my last conversation with Brave before my mind blanks, falling into a deep slumber. Sometime later, I wake up in my bed. I check my watch and confirm I've only been asleep for a couple of hours. It's quite unusual since I'm a deep sleeper, and notorious for not waking up until I'm fully rested. Dude, I really love these backgrounds, honestly. These are my favorite part of the game. I like the like ship design that they have going on. It's a cool aesthetic. It's very clean, crisp. I suddenly remember Brave, whose room is adjacent to mine, when I hear something echoing through a small air vent on our shared wall. It's a low hissing sound, coupled with something that I can only characterize as a Terran straining to do push-ups. He's got... Come on, man. Dude's got the pubes out on full display. maybe we should call it here. Maybe we should end the demo early. I crawl out of bed and kneel beside the vent to listen closely. Is it Brave trying to exercise? There's nothing wrong with trying to keep in shape, but is it really the best idea when you're nursing a severe cold? The noises continue for the next 5 minutes or so, and then everything grows quiet again. Alright, we're just going back to bed. Not sure what to make of it. I get back to bed. I don't want to assume anything, so I'll check with Juni tomorrow, see what she thinks of this. So I wonder if this is maybe the demo just trying to wrap things up now. We've been traveling through space for a few days now. It's been smooth sailing on my end as far as piloting goes. My stress levels have been at an all-time low because flying in a straight line in empty space isn't rocket science. Besides the system checks and microscopic manual course corrections, there isn't much to do. We also haven't been stopped for checks or passed anything remotely similar to an asteroid field where I'd have to manually maneuver us through. I've been back to reading again, watching the wrecks and tending to my hydroponics garden. I see. It's fascinating how plants can grow anywhere with just a little water and the right nutrients. Granted, water is a scarce resource in space, but thankfully we've got a state-of-the-art recycling system to solve that problem. Brave seems to be feeling a little better. He's taken to regularly joining me and Juni for meals. Even if he doesn't leave his quarters often, we still get a chance to chat and connect. We always find topics to discuss about each of our humanoid subspecies, which appears to be interesting for the three of us. Contrary to my negative predisposition towards transporting passengers, Brave seems to be one of the easiest and most pleasant onboard clients we've had to date. He's polite, never complains about anything, doesn't blast loud music, and doesn't engage in any other activities that would be considered a nuisance for the rest of us on board. I also haven't heard any noises coming from his room since that one time, so I just never bothered to ask Juni and dropped the incident altogether. Speaking of which, she was supposed to meet me here by now. I see Brave in the doorway instead.
Hi, Danya.
Good afternoon, Brave. Care to join me for a cup of tea?
Tea, you know, because it's afternoon. What? I actually have no idea what time it is right now. In space, time just tends to blend together, and I haven't really checked my watch recently.
Sure, I'd be happy to.
All right, we have some herbal options over here if you're sensitive to caffeine like myself, or the regular kind.
What's caffeine?
It's a chemical substance that's a mild central nervous system stimulant to most Terrans.
Brave looks at me dubiously.
And don't worry, it's legal. It's actually naturally contained within most plants that are used for tea production. Caffeine is purposely extracted from the raw materials to be able to produce the same beverage but without the jitters.
You seem to know a lot about plants.
This? No, that's common knowledge where I come from.
I love how he says that while we're in the plant room, where I clearly just like keep a whole garden in the spaceship. Like, yeah, you know, maybe. It might be a passing interest of mine.
I see. Why don't I go for the herbal option without caffeine today?
Chamomile, lavender, or marshmallow root? Let's go for lavender.
I recommend lavender. It's commonly used to induce relaxation, and best of all, lifting one's mood.
I could use a mood booster.
Quickly produce a mug with hot tea and hand it to Brave. He supports the cup with one hand and puts his other palm over mine, which is holding onto the mug's handle. I let go of the cup to avoid causing any awkward tension, however the deed is already done. And the contact sends my horny soul into the land of fantasies. Just a cup of tea with the lads.
You come here often?
Huh?
To Kayama, the planet we departed from. Is that your regular transport route?
Oh, no, we don't really have a route per se. Juni and I go where the road takes us. As long as we get a nice paying gig, we're game. That's the adventurous part of this job. Never know where we'll end up next. What about you? Do you travel a lot for work?
I'm the same as you guys. Staying on my own planet doing research has been unfulfilling at best. So, traveling to different worlds has been a game changer for me. I follow contracts, but it's the lifestyle that appeals to me. I can do remote work while being somewhere different and amazing every few weeks.
It doesn't help that your immune system isn't very good at adapting to different environments, huh?
Tell me about it. It's the one thing that I'm still trying to work out. I've got something good going for me right now, but it's not perfect. It has put some other limitations on me that I find difficult to handle.
Like what?
It's a bit complicated. I'll definitely tell you sometime. Thank you for the tea, by the way. It's really good.
I'm glad you like it. I got a bunch of other flavors we could try too.
Sure. I'm curious to see what else you've got.
I gotta say, Brave, you're one of the coolest travelers we've ever had on board. We don't accept passenger jobs often, but you've been really easy to travel with and fun to talk to.
The alien smiles at me warmly.
You guys have been so nice to me, treating me like family. Of course I'd be on my best behavior.
Oh, bro. I love spending this time with you, bro.
Well, keep up the good work. We still have a few weeks to go.
Saying that made me feel a tinge of sadness. Even though Brave has been traveling with us for only a few days, I'm already so used to his presence.
So, what kind of cargo do you guys usually transport?
Anything that pays well and doesn't smell too much. Though it's been rough finding good gigs as of late. Too much competition. We're lucky if we break even when the job's done. And don't even get me started on what happened on our last haul before we picked you up. I guess we'll have to venture into more questionable waters after this job. But for that, we need to outfit the Emeritat with a defense system.
You don't have anything on board to protect yourself in case of an attack?
Brave's worried reaction makes me wonder if he's ever been on transport ships like ours.
Nah, we don't. We're pretty good at escaping when things go south. Still, it doesn't hurt to have some kind of shield and weapons, if only just to look more intimidating.
I couldn't agree more.
The Tepshati-Pamis system is pretty promising, with a lot of new colonies that pay handsomely for some common goods. Plus, there's a ton of fun places to visit around there. One of the planets, Vakal, is on my must-see list.
The one with anti-gravity pockets and floating islands? Each harboring its own climate, right?
Yes! You've been there?
No, but I definitely want to see it one day.
Maybe we can go together? We're getting along so well it hurts. The more we talk, the more we find mutual interests. This beautiful blue alien from a distant world and me, an average Terran and nerd. Who knows if he'd even bother talking to me had we not been confined on this small spaceship together.
Cheers to our local Symbiant expert and secretly talented chef. Thank you for gracing us with this exquisite-looking dish.
Talented. So, I mean, for first typo, it's not too bad. I mean, getting this far without a typo already feels like this is a better visual novel than most. In that respect. We raise our wine-filled glasses in salutation.
To Brave's exceptional gastronomic abilities.
Thank you, guys. I hope it tastes as good as it looks.
And with that, we dig in.
It's fantastic. What's it called again?
In Universal, it would be something like seared granoli over rice, a common Odarian dish.
I didn't know we had granoli on board. How'd you dig that up, Danya?
We don't. Brave used his own supplies of whatever that is.
It's a mushroom that grows everywhere on my planet. I have a lot of it on hand, since it retains its freshness well and is a very good source of protein. Convenient when you're on the road. Also, it reminds me of home.
It's difficult to find any in spaceports. I've seen it maybe twice in the last year.
Probably because no one knows about it.
Yes, Odaria's dishes aren't popular because of our limited ability to share them with everyone.
But you're slowly changing that, eh, Brave? Can I get seconds?
Brave grins widely as he adds more seared granoli with rice on my plate. I do not need the monster for Yaoi Gaming. Yaoi Gaming can survive without the monster. I'll be fine. Besides, I don't think back-to-back like that. I don't like doing the back-to-back like that. I like to at least put like a day in between, you know?
Here you go.
Sure feels great to have something different from General Tso's for a change.
No way. I thought you liked it.
I do, but come on. Half of our provisions are pre-packaged General Tso's meals. Even I have my limits.
Sorry, they were on sale, so I took some extras. I'll keep in mind to grab a better variety in the future.
Yeah. Who wants some more wine?
Both Brave and I simultaneously raise our glasses, grinning. Not sure if it's because I'm tipsy, but I feel like he's paying more attention to me than before. Looks me in the eyes more often, laughs at my jokes. It feels really special. Juni fills our glasses and discards the bottle in the recycling compartment.
Okay, that was my last bottle.
Thank you for sharing your precious gift with us.
Hey, it was worth it. Who knew it would complement the seared granoli so well, right?
Thanks, Juniper. They really did pair well.
Glad you liked it. Okay, boys. I'm going to retire now to deal with my food coma in bed. Be good.
See ya.
Bye.
And I'm alone with Brave again. He just finished cleaning up his plate, and so did I.
Ready for dessert?
Oh, no, thank you. I'm full, but I will finish my drink, though.
He takes his half-empty glass of wine and empties it in one go.
Slow down, dude. We still got time.
Actually, Odarians don't get drunk, if that's what you're worried about. Not on this kind of stuff, at least. It'll take a much stronger beverage to get me even remotely tipsy.
Oh, my sympathies. I, on the other hand, am a very cheap drunk.
I put my arm on Brave's shoulder playfully and wink. He looks surprised for a second, but then rewards me with one of his sincere smiles.
I'll keep that in mind if I ever want to get you intoxicated.
I fluster at that. Is he flirting with me? That definitely deserves a passing grade. The realization makes me smile and confirms my suspicions that Brave might actually like me.
Hey, can I ask you a personal question?
Suggesting you might want to intoxicate someone. That's indication that they like you. In the year 6055.
Shoot.
Are you single?
Oh, man.
What do you mean?
Oh, sorry. I guess it could mean different things for different races. So what I'm asking is like, are you married or have partners waiting for you somewhere?
Brave looks at me cautiously.
Why do you ask?
Isn't it obvious, you dummy? Baka! It's because I really want to know.
Because I'm very curious.
Well...
It's not a very difficult question, is it? He looks so uncomfortable, the poor guy. Not the timid type of uncomfortable, but more like the I don't want to talk about it kind.
You know what? Don't worry about it. The Emeritat is a safe space and you don't have to answer anything. It's just, I can't help but wonder sometimes, being around you. We get along so well and I'm drawn to you, which I'm sure shows. I just don't want to step over some boundaries I don't know about.
That wasn't bad for a confession. Brave was looking at me with those intense blue eyes and he seems happy, genuinely happy.
Thank you, Danya. I appreciate your candor. My situation is a bit complicated. If you don't mind, I'll explain another time.
Well, that's not exactly a rejection. I'll take it.
Sure.
I'm going to rest a bit. Thanks so much for dinner.
He gets up from the bench and leaves the mess hall. Thanks so much for dinner? Weren't you the one who prepared it? After dinner, I check in at the cockpit and head to bed. Just as I settle in, I start to hear the unusual noises again. It's the same hissing and straining coming from the small vent on the wall connected to mine and Brave's rooms. It's been some time since I've heard them. I thought it was a thing of the past, but I guess I was wrong.
Not again.
They're regular and rhythmic, which again seems like Brave is experimenting with a high-intensity exercise regimen. Out of curiosity, I tune in closer. With my... You guys enjoying this? With my eyes closed, it sounds like Odarian is right beside me. My gradually sharpening senses allow me to catch drawn-out, trembling groans that I hadn't noticed before. And then the realization strikes me like lightning. Brave's not working out. Heat courses through my entire body at the sound of Brave's heavy breaths. It's not right to listen in on my neighbor engaging in private activities. I could technically close off the vent to reduce the noise significantly. Oh, this is an option. Oh, good. Listen, man. We gotta respect homie's privacy, okay? Look, let's be good. Let's be good here, okay? Let's do the right thing. I get up from the bed and close the vent without delay. The noise became more muffled, but are still not completely gone. The typos are starting to ramp up. We were doing good for a while, but I'm starting to notice them now. That's 3. Gotta be careful with those, man. It's a visual novel. That's like half the battle, you know? In the voice sections, it's more forgivable, but come on, if I gotta do the reading myself... Thankfully, I also have a pair of state-of-the-art earplugs at my disposal. I make use of them immediately, and the room finally plunges into complete silence. Sure, I got the hots for this beautiful passenger, but listening to him right now would make things awkward. How would I be able to look him in the eye tomorrow? As I lay in bed, pondering my decision, I finally conclude that what's been done is the right thing to do. Then I close my eyes and drift off to sleep. Be a good bro, okay? Be a good bro, okay? Come on. In the morning, Brave catches up with me in the corridor. I've decided to ask him about the noises in his room and get this sorted out once and for all. Now, listen, man. I don't know if you've ever lived with roommates before, but look, you just got to... Sometimes, listen, as someone that's lived with roommates before, sometimes you just don't ask questions. You're going to see each other in the morning, and you're going to just have breakfast together and move on with life, okay? And acknowledge that we all might be sharing the same house, but that still means we live different lives, and we all are entitled to our own privacy, etc.
Hey, Brave.
Good morning.
Did you sleep well?
Very well, thanks for asking. How about you?
Fine. Listen, I was wondering...
Danya? Need you on the bridge. We're being hailed.
Uh-oh. Great timing. I tap my wrist device to respond.
On my way.
Come on, you couldn't have asked, you couldn't have added like a voice filter or whatever to her voice when she called. Before I can even take another step, Brave gets in front of me, closing off my passage to the bridge.
Wait, Danya, you can't tell them I'm on board the ship.
What do you mean?
Just please, in case they ask, I'm not here.
Here we go. Come on, man. Give me some good story. Give me some actual really good story.
Explanation in case it's local patrol. I could lose my commercial transport license if...
There's no time to explain right now, but I promise I'll tell you everything later. We have nothing to worry about if it's patrol, but I have a feeling that's not the case. Please, trust me. It's a matter of life and death.
Okay, I'll try my best, but go back to your quarters. It's the only area that can shield life signs on this vessel, and it'll conceal your presence if they haven't scanned us yet.
Danya's voice actor, 10 out of 10, genuinely. If I was doing a visual novel or whatever, and I needed a guy or whatever, I'd hit this guy up. This guy's great. Danya's a 10 out of 10, genuinely. He looks at me intently and nods, immediately getting out of my way.
Thank you. I won't forget this.
I quickly make my way to the bridge as the blue alien rushes to his quarters. I arrive onto the bridge and look at the readings. The spaceship hailing us is 10 times our size, and scans show that it's fully equipped with weapons and shields. I wonder what they want from us.
This is the Ameritat. What can we do for you?
Greetings, Captain Deteri, speaking from the Netrunner. Just wanted to let you know that there's an anomaly up ahead you might want to avoid. We detected it too late, and it totally scrambled our navigation sensors. We ended up flying blind for a few days until everything was repaired. You just popped up on our long-range sensors, and we decided to give you a heads up. Save you some trouble.
We really appreciate the warning, Netrunner. Please send us the coordinates of the anomaly.
Roger that, Ameritat. Safe travels.
It's got a nice ring to it, doesn't it? Roger that, Ameritat.
Same to you.
After the short exchange, the signal from the Netrunner disappears.
Nice of them.
Yeah, completely the opposite of what Brave was expecting.
What do you mean?
When he heard you calling me to the bridge, he sort of freaked out. Asked me not to mention that he's on board. He seemed really anxious, too.
Wow. That bad, huh?
It sounds like he might be on the run from someone. He said the patrol wasn't an issue, but anyone else would have been a bust. Now that I'm thinking about it, he was definitely trying to avoid someone back at the spaceport in Kayama. His eyes kept darting around like crazy.
Dude, he asked to board a cargo ship. You know that's at least just a little bit suspicious.
He needs to come clean with whatever it is, Danya.
I agree. I'm pretty sure he realizes that too.
I don't think so. I think we established this is a no questions asked type of deal when he paid to come here.
Give me half an hour to rechart our course with the coordinates and go through the system again. After that, we'll come up with a game plan.
Sounds good to me. I'll be in the cargo bay when you're ready.
I think we made it through. Otherwise, they'd be boarding the ship by now. Either Danya kept his word, or I was worried for nothing. Seems like I can't keep you secret anymore, Otith.
Yes, the cocoon. The blue alien walks up to the symbiont pod and lovingly rubs its shell.
Yes, I'm aware you have no idea what I'm talking about. It doesn't matter. I'll do my best to keep you safe. I promise.
The pod opens slowly and a few tiny tendrils extend towards Brave, sensing his presence. After making contact, several larger ones find their way to Brave's neck, caressing it. I mean, I had some theories as to what might be in the box here, but phallic tentacle monster was not on the list, I'll be honest. The man closes his eyes, enjoying the soft touch, and shivers.
You must be hungry, my dear. Give me a few minutes to get ready.
That's fun. The pod emits a strong pulse as if it understood his words. I mean, we could just pull the plug on this one. I think I meant to call this one early. I think we've seen enough.
My pheromones are off the charts because of the Terran I've been obsessing over lately. And I get that it makes it harder to go slower. I still need you to do this the way I taught you. Please, I'll let you go wild another time, I promise.
I still don't trust it. I know I didn't download the patch, but I still don't trust it. Come on, man. What are they doing to me? What is all this? I don't even remember my my emergency button. I actually thought I knew it, but apparently I don't. What the heck is it? don't know why I'm ready. We're done here. We're done here. We got what we came to see. We're done here. I don't even know why I would keep playing. Oh wait, I know why it wasn't working. It's because I'm not on the screen. See, yeah, I know what I'm doing. Problem is that that is supposed to go. Where does that go? I still have this? I just realized I still have this. Hang on, let's get this out of here. I don't need that on here anymore. I've got all these sources I don't need anymore. There we go. I have a few minutes to spare before meeting Juni to discuss how we'll confront Brave and decide to stop by my cabin to freshen up. When I'm done, I settle on my bed, mentally preparing myself for the uncomfortable conversation with my blue neighbor. I hate the idea of forcing Brave to tell me secrets, especially after having such a great time with him the last few days, but there's no point denying that I really like the guy. I'm in the middle of wallowing when I hear familiar sounds from the next room, the same ones from the other night, except now they're happening right in the proverbial broad daylight. Is this really a time to be doing private activities or doing workouts? What's making that hissing noise? I sincerely hope it's not Brave himself. With a million questions filling my head, I quickly exit my quarters and make my way into the cargo bay. Juni's lifting some weights as our cargo bay doubles as a gym when she spots me entering the vicinity. She gestures to me to join her, expression grave after seeing the anxiety I know is showing on my face.
Juni, hey.
She nods.
Danya.
So, besides the stuff I told you about what Brave said to me, there's something else.
Let me guess. The strange noises coming out of your neighbor's room?
Yes! You heard them too?
Unfortunately.
I've been meaning to ask you about them, but they stopped at some point and I let it slide. But now they're back again in full force. I literally just heard them. I don't know what the hell he's up to in there, but the whole incident with the ship is really making it difficult to keep ignoring.
What a hell? I don't know what a hell he's up to in there.
Look, Danya. I know you like Brave a lot. You guys are literally drooling over each other every time you're in the same room.
I don't know about that.
Please don't let this cloud your judgment.
I don't know if Brave is drooling over me. I mean, apparently he is, I guess. To be fair, we did just kind of grab a little inside info there.
We've been partners for what? 2 years now? I respect and trust you. You're my best friend.
Why are you saying this now, Juniper?
Because I want you to listen to me when I say something that you won't like hearing.
Okay. What is it?
Well, basically our blue friend's got live cargo in there. There's no way that thing he brought on board's a frigging plant. The hissing is definitely not coming from Brave, Danya. As someone who can pick up a few more frequencies than a Terran, I can really tell. Plus, the smell. It's very subtle, but I finally narrowed in on the scent considering how active that thing's been the last few days. It's definitely a live species, though I can't tell what kind without having a look at it. The truth is, Brave lied to us. His permits aren't legit, and if we're stopped for a spot check...
I know. We're toast.
Yep.
Transport checks don't happen very often. We've gotten checked maybe twice in the last year, but it's a big deal when they do. If the commercial authority finds out we're transporting live species without a proper permit, we'll get arrested and our ship will get impounded. In addition, I'll have to say goodbye to my commercial transport license.
I'm going to confront him, Juni. I like the guy, but I don't appreciate being lied to. He said it was a plant the day we met.
Or did he? I distinctly remember him saying, mm-hmm, when I asked him if it was a plant. Does that count as a confirmation?
Do you want to come along?
Nah, you're better off talking to him on your own. Brave trusts you more than me, and I think tag teaming against him will only discourage cooperation. You can tell me what you find out later.
Good idea.
You know what? That's actually smart. I thought they were just coming up with an excuse just to have a little one-on-one here with the two boys, but actually, no, it's a good point. Actually, it's a little bit too confrontational, the two-on-one environment. Whatever Brave's doing in his bedroom, I get the feeling he wouldn't want to discuss it with Juniper. Or just, discuss it at all. She pats me on the shoulder encouragingly, and I leave the cargo bay with an unshakable resolve to get answers from our guest. I approach Brave's quarters, giving myself a moment to collect my thoughts before I press the buzzer. I feel betrayed for being lied to, especially considering how I feel about Brave. A part of me hopes that all of it is a giant misunderstanding and we can turn the page and have everything return to normal. The adult in me bitterly realizes that this is probably not going to happen. You know, it's funny, I can't believe I still sometimes flip-flop on how I pronounce the word adult. Adult and adult. I say both, and I can never make up my mind which one I want to say in a given context. It's such a weird word. This conversation's necessary, though. Despite how much I like the guy, I gotta think about Juni and I first. I need to understand what he's gotten us into. I ring the door and wait. No answer. Ring the door again. A Brave's strained voice answers this time.
Brave, it's Danya. I need to talk to you.
Brave doesn't reply immediately.
Danya, can we please do this a bit later? I'm kind of occupied at the moment.
What could possibly be happening that he can't come to the door?
Are you sure you can't see me right now? It's important.
I'm sorry, but I really can't. I know I owe you an explanation. Hell, probably 2 of them, but trust me when I say this isn't a good time.
Are you okay there? Do you need help?
No, please, don't come in.
Okay. When are you available to talk then?
Tomorrow morning would be ideal.
Still a couple hours before I even go to sleep, which gives my mind plenty of time to drive me crazy over Brave's potentially live cargo. But I guess I can wait till he's available. There's not much I can do at the moment, and pushing the issue might make Brave completely shut me out.
You got it. Come by my quarters at 900 hours tomorrow.
I will. Thank you.
All right. I'm surprised we're still going. Just reminder, I didn't buy this game. Look, I'm just playing the free demo. We're really getting into this for what's just the demo, huh? I guess that's the technique, eh? They could give me half the whole game right now, and at that point, if I really get to that point, I'm going to be like, well, gee, well, now I got to know what happens. Now I got to buy the game. We got to see what happens now. We're kind of locked in. I got up early the following morning. Needless to say, I couldn't get much shut-eye, even though there weren't any disturbances from the neighboring room. That was interesting. I think they did that just to like give a better understanding of the ship's layout. I mean, that's not super important, but still kind of cool. I had breakfast, checked our flight course, and watered all of my plants before returning to my quarters a few minutes before 9. Brave was already waiting by my door, tense.
Hello. Hey, Brave. Come on in. I'd figured we'd talk here for extra privacy.
I appreciate that.
Brave follows me into my quarters and we settle on the bed. I dive straight in, afraid that being around him any longer than necessary will somehow melt my resolve. Dude, It's pretty insane. This is totally off topic, by the way. It is pretty insane that technology's progressing as fast as it is, because it's starting to make me question like everything about sci-fi settings and stuff, to the point where I'm like looking at this laptop and I'm like, really? In 5066? Now look, I don't hold that against the game or the creator or anything. That's fine. But I'm just entertaining the thought myself. Like, what, like, that's so unfathomably far into the future. What really would be happening in 56 with the human species? Surely we're dead, right? There's no way we survive that far anyways. We will be a dead species before we can even reach outer space. But I don't know, I'm just thinking about the fact that like yesterday I was watching a video on YouTube by a guy named Wood, who I really like. His channel name is Beat 'em Ups, and he does Nintendo Switch content, basically. And he bought a pair of glasses online that connects to his Nintendo Switch and broadcasts the image on the lenses of the glasses. So when you wear the glasses, it looks like you're watching a holographic projection of the Switch. It's like you're looking at like a 120-inch floating screen display of your console, and you can play games like that. So no need for a TV, basically. It's better than a TV in a lot of ways. And you could just wear them anywhere. It doesn't matter. You just put the glasses on, and then you connect them. cruddy AR glasses, that's the thing. They're not cruddy. Like, I know the Google glasses or whatever came out years ago. We're quickly approaching a point where these are actually good quality. He had almost exclusively good things to say about them. And I mean, maybe he's not like the most knowledgeable, but he sent a pair over to his tech friend, Bob Wolf, and he was like, yeah, these are great. The only real complaint they had them was that one of them seemed to have like a manufacturing defect, so that the screen was like just lower than it should have been, or higher than it should have been, or something. And also they're just not very fashionable. They're a little like clunky in that sense, so they need to be streamlined a bit better. It'd be cool if they had like Bluetooth. But like other than that, like we're getting so close so fast, and it's crazy to imagine how close we are to replicating stuff that's in sci-fi movies from 40 years ago. So at that point, once we are there, then what? We're going to be advancing technologically faster than our imaginations can keep up with it. We won't even be able to imagine what the future looks like. We'll have the resources, but we won't know what to do with them. It's just crazy to think about, is all. I don't know why seeing this stupid laptop made me think of that. It's just kind of it's just cool to think about, you know, the stuff we're doing with AI. I'm really hoping that at some point in my lifetime we can see AI generated music. I want to be able to just like think of a song, and then it like if I like imagine what a song sounds like, the AI reads my thoughts and then outputs it accurately. That I want to see that in my lifetime. That'd be incredible, because I'm a composer. I love composing music. I can compose music so easily. Everything else in the music production process is what I find annoying. So imagine if composition was all you needed. The composition itself is just formatted. But by that point, I'm basically asking for technology that can read your thoughts and output them in a visual or audible medium. And that's insane. Like a dream translator, basically. I don't think we're there yet, but I don't know. At some point, we're not going to have anything else to do, so we might as well work on that, right? Anyways, bro, back into the yaoi visual novel. I dive straight in, afraid that being around him any longer than necessary will somehow melt my resolve.
Okay, so I'd like to talk about something that's been bothering me. I've been hearing strange noises at night coming out from your room, Brave. Noises that give me a reason to suspect the nature of your cargo isn't botanical. Juni can also smell that what you have in your quarters is not a plant. Please be honest with me. Did you bring a live species on board this ship?
Yes, I did. I lied, and I'm sorry, Danya. The thing is, I cannot travel without my cargo. It's my Symbiant.
Exclamation mark?
As you already know, my immune system doesn't function well outside my home planet. So, I have to supplement it with medication in order to travel. Meds are expensive, expire, and have side effects. After extensive research and trial and error, I finally discovered that a certain species of Dorada can replace them.
We got narrative explanation for the tentacle monster. This is good stuff.
It turned out to be an extremely effective alternative. Sustainable, highly potent, and producing virtually no side effects. The catch is that one can only benefit from the Dorada if it's alive. I have to bring it with me everywhere I go. My life depends on it, Danya. I don't have any medication left. If something were to happen to Otith, I won't survive for long.
So that's why you try to keep Otith a secret?
Exactly. Unfortunately, someone managed to find out about him. Someone influential on my home planet who operates on the black market. They're after me, Danya. I know that for a fact. They've been following me for years because they saw personal gain in my work. They found me on Kayama over a month ago, and I've been on the run from them since then. I needed to get off the planet as soon as possible, and quietly. Luckily, you guys were there with the Emeritot. I finally lost them. Or at least, I hope I did.
I think those were different recording sessions.
And you thought it was them when a ship hailed us?
I was sure of it. They have quite a lot of resources at their disposal, and will stop at nothing to get what they want.
What happens when you get to Odaria, though? Won't they catch up with you there?
Once I get back to my world, I plan to immediately go public with my research. They won't dare to do anything then.
Brave, I'm really sorry. I had no idea what you were dealing with.
It's all right. I'm sorry I couldn't tell you this earlier. It felt awful to hide the truth, but I just wasn't sure I could trust you.
I understand. The only problem now is that we still have live cargo on board, and we'll be in real trouble if Patrol stops us for a random check.
I can put your worries to rest there. I actually have a letter issued by the Commercial Authority itself, granting me explicit permission to travel with my Symbiant as long as my life depends on it.
Why didn't you tell me about it?
Because it contains compromising information about me and Otith. I prefer not to flash that around. It'll work for the Patrol, though.
I'm relieved to hear that, Brave. Thank you for telling me.
Brave nods and leans back a little, relaxing.
Can I ask a stupid question? What's a Dorada?
Theodarian isn't surprised that I don't know.
Do they make good pets?
Otith is not my pet, Danya. He's my Symbiant, which means that our relationship is a lot more complicated. We depend on each other to survive. I protect, feed, and take care of him, while he keeps me healthy for travel.
I see. The stakes are higher.
You could say that.
Could you introduce me to Otith? I'm very curious what he looks like now.
Brave didn't expect my question, but I can tell he's glad to hear it.
I haven't introduced Otith to anyone for a while, but I'll think about it. The species is rather particular, and Otith is very excitable.
Oh, okay. No worries then.
Seems like introducing Otith to me is a big deal for Brave. I'll just have to trust him to let me know when he's ready.
I'm glad we had this talk, Brave. It's like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
Yeah, me too. I'll see you later, okay? Going to have my late breakfast.
Bon appetit!
Kind of fire story, honestly. kind of fire, honestly. I don't know. Kind of like the writing and stuff. I haven't had any complaints about the writing. Look, the most important things about a visual novel, right? Writing and art, so far, nailed, basically. I'm not going to say 10 out of 10. I don't know, but like 9 out of 10. It's really good. This is good. I can see where the positive reviews come from. I have little quirks with the game, but not a big deal overall. I think this is really well done. I'm enjoying this for what it's worth. Brave tilts his head into questioning manner.
It's a famous Terran saying that means, enjoy your meal.
Ah, thank you. You as well.
The blue aliens don't know French. Uncultured. I already have breakfast, but I still nod back as he leaves my quarters. Eager to share the details with Juni, I page her to meet me in the cockpit. You sure,
Take it everything went well?
You sure he's comfortable with you sharing all those details? I take it everything went well, she says.
Am I grinning too much? Is that why you think so?
You tell me.
Okay, yeah, it actually went a lot better than I expected. You were right about the live species on board.
I give Juniper a summary of my conversation with Brave.
Makes sense why some shadies are after the guy.
Him and his Dorada.
Huh? Did you say Dorada?
Uh-oh, Juniper knows what that is.
Yeah, I believe it's what he called the species. Dorada. I have no idea what it is. I asked, but I think he got distracted before he could answer me. Or artfully dodged the question. I can't tell.
Juni rolls her eyes, shaking her head.
I knew it.
What do you mean?
Did Brave explain how exactly he's benefiting from the Dorada?
Again, not 100% sold on Juniper's voice actor, but that's okay. You know what? As a secondary character, it's fine.
No. He said it has to be alive, but no, I didn't ask the specifics of him engaging with it. I requested to meet it. He said he'll need to think about it. Something about Otith being excitable?
No shit, it's excitable.
Juni exhales gravely.
Listen, I've only seen the Dorada in person once. Remember the place I used to work at before we became partners?
The Royal Argo commercial cruiser?
That's right. We used to travel way out of regular trade routes.
Does that happen a lot, guys? I rarely notice it. I wonder how often that actually happens and I don't even notice it. My camera like flashing white randomly. No solution for that. I have zero clue what that is. To me, that seems like that's actually a hardware issue with the phone. But I really can't pinpoint that or a solution to it. Kind of not a big deal, but it's just weird that it happens, you know?
One time, we stopped at this rogue hub, aka space station. The stuff you could find at that place was all kinds of rare and weird, not to mention illegal. Anyway, me and the girls somehow ended up on a black market exotic collectibles auction. One of the items for sale was a Dorada. That thing is creepy as heck. Imagine a large egg that glows red when it opens and has tentacles.
Juni's description does make it sound quite suspicious.
That thing is on our ship, Danya, and our passenger is getting physical with it.
Physical?
Hello? Tentacles plus symbiotic relationship? They're getting intimate! What did you think those straining sounds were? A midnight push-up routine?
I did, actually, at least at first.
I guess it makes sense now, although I'm still having a hard time imagining the logistics of it.
Juni slaps her forehead with the palm of her hand.
Right.
But Juni, even if Brave is doing it, who are we to judge?
Oh, silly. Do you really think I'm judging?
Well, yeah, based on the way you're talking about it, a little.
I'm not judging Brave for coupling with a Dorada, Danya. He can engage with whoever he damn well pleases. That's his business. I just don't like how he hid the truth from us. Plus, I'm also worried about you.
Me?
Yes, you. I can see how much you want him, and it's only a matter of days before you guys start humping each other.
Days, huh?
That's right. So, I don't know if there's even a point for me to say it. But, seriously, if you have it in you at all, please stay away from Brave. I know he's a good guy, but his close relationship with the Dorada troubles me. I don't know how to explain this. I just remember being in the same room with that creature during the auction and almost shitting my pants.
It would be cool to get a visual flashback of this. There's no, actually, now that I think about it, there hasn't been, like, actually been that much custom art for the game outside of background elements. It's kind of just the sprites and then the backgrounds. There was that one scene with them sitting down and having tea, but that's it. Maybe they're just saving all that for the fun stuff later in the game, right? I don't know, just little stuff here and there would be nice. I'd like to see this auction, just a bit of world building.
That's pretty serious coming from you.
Yes, exactly. I'm not joking. It was bad.
Thanks, Juni. I appreciate you worrying about me.
You're not gonna listen to me, are you?
Hey, I didn't say that.
Yeah. Anyways, just be mindful of what I said. And run at the first sign of trouble, okay?
Sure.
Great. Let's go have a cup of your famous jasmine tea. All this serious talk is making me thirsty.
Awesome idea.
So I don't know what USB bandwidth is. If I unplug more things from my computer, is that less likely to happen? Because I probably do have some things plugged in via USB that don't need to be. Nope, never mind. I need all 5 of my USB slots. Mouse, keyboard, microphone, Elgato, and phone. That's it. That's 5 USB ports. I need all of them. I guess I am using the Bluetooth USB port on the front of my computer, and I'm not using it for anything right now. So that, I guess I could unplug. So that's 6 that are being used right now. 5 on the back, 1 in the front. So I could unplug the Bluetooth, I guess. That's it, though. Can't do more than that. Took me a while to fall asleep last night. I was thinking about our conversation with Juni, how she warned me to stay away from Brave. Uh-oh. I'm fairly certain she's exaggerating about his Symbiant being dangerous. I'm sure Brave would have told us not to anger it or whatever if it really was unsafe. Suddenly a sensation startles me. Okay, music change. The walls of the Emeritat are vibrating a little, like someone just turned on music on full blast. I jump out of bed wondering what's the occasion as I proceed with my morning routine. The music is still on by the time I exit my quarters. I make sure to pass by the cockpit and check our flight course before investigating the source of the noise. The music leads me to our cargo bay / gym. Upon entering, the sounds of rhythmic music fill my ears. It's electronic and techno, and I don't remember having this track on the ship's playlist. Oh yeah, this is classic techno music. I hate that, man. Even in 5066, people still don't know what techno is. Yeah, Camo does have a Wi-Fi mode. I just figured it wasn't going to work well, so I didn't even bother trying it. I'll be honest with you. I just assumed there's no point in trying it, but I guess I could give it a shot. Play around with it. I round the corner of a stack of crates and find Brave sprinting on the treadmill. Topless. Excellent. Caught off guard by the image of his glorious body in motion, my instincts scream at me to retreat, but Brave already saw me. He finishes his sprint and jumps off the treadmill, panting. Then he goes to the music box and lowers the volume.
Sorry if it was too loud. Just wanted to get my heart pumping.
Well, you certainly got mine pumping looking like that.
You look good. And by that I mean, you look amazing.
Good recovery.
I know, right? I'm feeling great. It's been a while since I felt so energized.
That's great, Brave. Is your Symbiant doing a good job, or just in general?
Both, I guess. You're right, though. I finally found a good balance with Odith after all these months. It makes a big difference for my well-being.
Now that Brave mentions it, I can totally see how much healthier he looks compared to his first day on board. The bags under his eyes are completely gone, his skin looks brighter, even his hair is shinier. He's vibrant with energy and sexy as hell. Oh, this man is sexy.
Come hold my legs, Danya.
Huh?
On the mat. I want to do some sit-ups.
Legs feeling like they're made of jelly, I walk over to the mat and grasp Brave's ankles. While his body isn't bulky, he certainly is fit. It surprises me that his arms and upper body are completely devoid of hair.
Do you wax?
Brave stops mid-sit-up and looks at me with curiosity. Why did I ask that? I regret my life.
I meant like, your arms and stuff. Never mind, that wasn't very appropriate to ask.
Most of my body is naturally hairless, like all Odarians. Do you wax?
Nah, this peach fuzz is permanent. That being said, I'm one of the less hairy Terran specimens.
I see. Do you want to do a few sit-ups, Danya? Here, I'll help.
Can we get some CG? No? I wasn't planning on it, but with Brave up and gesturing for me to take his place, I can't help but go along. He holds my feet down as I work my abdominals. I'm feeling rather self-conscious, unable to properly focus on the exercise. It's funny, I guess we're just exercising now. I don't think we came into the cargo bay with the intent of doing that. All I can see is Brave looking at me intently as I strain with each rep. I need this to be over, soon, before he spots what I'm trying to hide.
Oh, hello there. Hope I'm not interrupting anything.
Both of us jump a little.
Juni, hi. We were just exercising.
Good men. Don't mind me then.
Juni turns around, ready to head out.
Actually, I think we're pretty much done. I'm gonna take a shower.
Brave walks over to the treadmill to grab his top that was hanging on its handle.
I'm done too, though I won't be needing a shower.
Great. Now that we've sorted who's showering and who isn't, let's decide what's for lunch.
Oh, actually, I was wondering if you guys would be interested in trying another Odarian dish.
Juni and I look at each other, equally psyched by the prospect of tasting new food, and nod.
That's a solid yes from both parties. Bring it on, Brave.
I'll get started on it right after the shower. See you guys in the mess hall.
It's a date.
You might need that shower after all, my friend. A cold one.
I guess she noticed.
Tell me about it.
After another delicious lunch by Brave, everyone retreated to their quarters for a nap. I slept a good couple of hours before waking up covered in sweat. And Inspection of my underwear confirms a case of, nocturnal emission. Something I haven't experienced for God knows how long. Great. I take a quick shower and don a fresh pair of pants. If I'm quick, I can load my dirty laundry in the washer at the end of the corridor and return to my quarters without anyone noticing. I love whenever I throw in a Chinese anime. Sometimes there'll be a particularly silent moment in my game, and then all I hear is just Chinese music echoing. It'll either be like Hong Shin Shou, it'll just be something like that, or it'll be like this, where it's like Chinese rap. Or something like that. It's cool. I wish I could speak Chinese. It's a cool language. The corridor is quiet when I exit, but as soon as I turn the corner, I notice Brave standing by the laundry machine. Seems like he had the same idea as me to do laundry right now.
Hey, Danya.
Oh, I'll come back later.
No need. I'm almost done. There's less than 2 minutes left.
He holds out an empty basket for me, putting it on the floor once I deposit my clothes in it. I find myself slightly regretting leaving my quarters without a shirt as I shiver, nipples hardening from the chilled air circulating throughout the ship. That or I'm getting excited being in very close proximity with Brave again. This is a common occurrence these days, and coping has been a bit of a challenge. The tension in the corridor runs even higher when Brave keeps stealing small glances at me. The sexual tension is so thick.
Gonna make some tea to warm up. You want?
Yeah, sure. Your pick.
Do I actually pick again? I quickly make my escape into the hydroponics lounge, which happens to be the closest room to the laundry machine. Maybe I should wait until Brave leaves so I can take care of my laundry tension-free and bring him the tea later. I start preparing the water for the tea when I hear movement behind me. Then I feel a sudden push and turn around, water in the cup splashing on the person I collide with.
Oh shit, sorry.
No, it's my fault. The rug got stuck in the crease of the door and I bumped into you when I tried to pull it out.
Oh, the white rug from Brave's room that he was removing from the washer. Now that I think about it, he's been washing it quite often.
At least the water in the cup was cold.
Both of us gaze down to look at the damage of the spill, only to notice something raised inside Brave's soaking white pants. Okay, I know I've been asking for more CG than the game's offering, but actually I think I'm good on this one. With the last bit of self-control left in me, I put the half-empty cup on the closest shelf and take a step towards Brave. All right. Great. We finally cut through it. Cut through the tension. I push him firmly against the door frame and land a wet kiss on his parted lips. This is the good. We've been waiting for this. We waited over an hour for this, at least. Come on. Fully voiced makeout session with the boys. Brave drops the rug and joins me in a wild frenzy of arousal. He kisses me back passionately, running his hands over my body. I pull us further into the hydroponics lounge and shut the door behind us. Okay, just double checking. Let me just check one more time. This game for sure does not have adult content without the patch, correct? That includes the demo. Like, we're good. Yeah, adult patch is a separate download that I don't have. We should be clean here. We ideally are clean here. But I don't see how. Where the heck are we going? Are they just going to say psych and move on? How do we get out of this without some CG? We just skip it?
Was long overdue.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, are we just done? Is that all? It just happened already? We just breezed past it? I reach for the wet wipes and help us clean. Okay, that's all it is. All right, we're good. We're clean. We're safe. We're good. That being said, bro, how are we still in demo territory? I thought at least they'd wait for the goods. Keep the goods locked behind the paywall. I think it's like a $20 game or something. I didn't think they'd give us something in the demo here.
Sorry about the couch. It's soiled now.
Are you kidding? It's the best thing that's ever happened to this piece of furniture. I hope it never washes out.
Okay, whoa, Danya, come on now.
If you say so.
Do you want to stay here for a bit longer? I'll make us some tea. For real this time.
There's our first discrepancy from the dialogue to the voice acting. I always wonder how that happens. I've never made a visual novel, so I guess I don't know, but it's interesting. Brave nods happily, settling on the lounge couch. I remember about a blanket stashed in the lower compartment for colder nights and fetching it quickly and throwing it over my companion.
That's very thoughtful, Danya. Thank you.
I prepare the beverages and join him under the blanket. We drink tea, kiss some more, and watch a movie together. Aw, how cute! Soon after, I hear Brave's gentle snore. They watched a whole movie? Bro, go to bed! Soon after, I hear Brave's gentle snores. He actually fell asleep in my arms. What an amazing turn of events. I wake up a little disoriented. It takes me a moment to realize I'm in the hydroponics lounge and Brave is curled up peacefully beside me, asleep. I kiss his shoulder before getting up. It's chilly in here. I need to go take a leak, badly. Once my pants are back on, I exit the hydroponics. Juni probably already suspects something happened between Brave and I, given that my dirty clothes are still sitting around the washing machine. I quickly relieve myself and return to the hydroponics lounge. I don't see myself falling asleep here again. Both the couch and blanket aren't big enough to comfortably accommodate 2 sleeping adults. I feel bad leaving Brave here, though. It's as if I'm abandoning him for my comfy, warm bed. I'm not sure how he'd feel waking up in my bed either, and the last thing I want is to freak him out. In the end, I decide to carry Brave to his room. I scoop him in the blanket into my arms without much trouble and make my way towards his quarters. He's not exactly light, but I manage to get there without losing my breath. The door automatically opens at my presence and I enter Brave's private quarters. I haven't been here since our passenger arrived. The room's scent is delicate and subtle like an exotic flower, and Brave's things are neatly arranged on his desk. Definitely has an enchanting, unusual atmosphere to it, like someone special lives here, someone not from Earth. I bring him to his bed and cover him with a cozy, thick duvet. The sight of him safely tucked into bed warms my heart. I hope he doesn't mind me entering his room like this. Suddenly I realize I completely forgot about his symbiant. Juni said the Dorado would look like an egg with tentacles, but nothing in here resembles that description. I'm just about to give up my search when I notice a faint red glow coming from the corner of the room. I take several cautious steps towards it, only to freeze in my tracks a few feet away. I feel a strong, suffocating wave of anxiety wash over me. The object in front of me looks like it's open just slightly and something is shifting within. It glows brighter now, and I also become aware of its subtle pulsing. Okay, what are you doing here, bro? You want to leave, maybe? Time to take a step back? It exudes an air of mystery. Despite my underlying fear, I feel drawn towards it. I can't explain it, but I want to touch and feel all the intensity and wonder it exudes. You don't want that. As I stand before it, I catch myself remembering that Brave wanted to introduce me to his symbiont. It sounded like he would be quite upset if it doesn't get the chance to do it. If he doesn't get the chance to do it himself. That's the reason you left? Come on. I practically tear myself away and bolt out the room. It's only once I'm in the corridor that I realize how foolish it was approaching Brave's symbiont, a creature Juni gave me ample warning about. Yeah. Dude, I'm imagining a scenario now. I'm getting in the author's head here. I've got a scenario here in which we are introduced to the symbiont, right? Dude, I'm so forgetful. How have I forgotten his name? Brave, morbidly sick all of a sudden, suddenly, right? I don't know why. He's just sick for some reason, okay? He just wakes up, he's doing really bad. He's got the sweats, and then he passes out in the kitchen area right here, right? While they're trying to eat. So he's got to rush him to his room, and he realizes the only way to help him get better is with the symbiont, right? So he's got to wake up the symbiont and let the symbiont do its thing. And that's how they make acquaintance, and that's how he learns what the symbiont is. That's one way we could do this. Interesting, right? High stakes, a little bit of tension, there's not a whole lot going on in the ship. We got to create these scenarios, right? In the morning, how much longer am I going to play this? This game has already overstayed its welcome, if I'm being honest. I'm ready to move on. I just thought the demo would have ended itself by now. Why are we still going? How long does this go? In the morning, I walked to the mess hall for some coffee. Brave and I finally closed the gap between us, and that fact has me grinning to myself, though now I'm a little nervous about what's going to happen next. What does this mean for Brave?
Danya,
Good morning, Juni.
congratulations.
You're awfully perceptive.
Not really. I have to be blind not to notice how you're glowing. Good for you, my friend.
You're not mad at me, are you? Because of what you said about the Dorada?
I mean, I am really curious to see just where the demo ends. That is something I am genuinely very curious about. That's the biggest thing that's keeping me pushing. I'm just curious as to when this game decides to pull the plug. Because I'm just surprised at how much they're giving me, you know?
Nah, can't blame you for wanting to be happy. Besides, it seems like it's way more than just physical between you two. And that's pretty hard to find.
Definitely. By the way, is Brave up yet? Did you happen to see him around the ship?
He hasn't come out of his room yet, as far as I know.
Gotcha. I'm gonna bring him some coffee.
Okay, laters.
After finishing my coffee in the mess hall, I grab a cup for Brave and head for his room. Before I reach it, we run into each other in the corridor.
Hey.
Hi, Danya.
We both smile awkwardly at each other, then Brave closes the distance between us, kissing me softly. I exhale, relaxing. Okay, that's just a thing now. Oh, okay, I see. We're flashing back. I was like, wait, that's not a soft kiss. What happened between us last night means a lot to me, and I was afraid Brave might not want to acknowledge it for whatever reason. I guess my worries are over now.
I brought you some coffee.
Thanks.
How did you sleep?
All right. I ended up waking up in my bed, though. Sorry, this happens sometimes.
What do you mean?
When I'm really tired, my brain switches to autopilot. There's been a few times when I fall asleep at my desk and wake up in bed in the morning, not remembering how I got there. I figured this happened again, and I left you on your own in the plant room. In case you're wondering, it wasn't intentional.
Oh, I didn't know that about you. But that's not what happened this time. I helped you to your room. It was getting cold in the lounge, so I thought you'd be more comfortable in your own bed.
Brave furrows his eyebrows and steps back a little, concerned.
Oh, Danya, you shouldn't have.
As in, it would have been better if I didn't?
Is everything okay? I didn't touch any of your things, if that's what you're wondering.
And my symbiont?
Didn't touch it either. I noticed it was glowing a little in the corner and left right away.
Brave's expression is still pinched. If I'd known this was such a big issue, I never would have stepped foot into his room.
I'm really sorry. I didn't realize this could be a problem.
Danya, it's not that I don't trust you. I do. It's just, my symbiont, these creatures are extremely particular, and meeting them for the first time can be overwhelming. Also, my relationship with Otith is quite complicated. Any small change or event could tip the balance I was able to establish the past few weeks. Especially an introduction of a new person whom I've been intimate with.
Oh.
I feel terrible for entering Brave's room without permission. He pats me on the shoulder, trying to comfort me.
We'll just have to wait and see how it plays out. At this point, there's not much else to do. I'll keep you posted, okay?
All I can do is nod as he retreats to his room, cup of coffee in his hand. I'm trying to think back to that first interaction that we got to see with Brave and the Symbiont. Did he... I feel like there was some kind of indication or implication that the... Geez, I can't remember the name. I'm sorry, bro. Alien name? Sorry, bro. Hard enough to remember real person names. Alien names, I don't remember. But the egg, Symbiont, I don't think it understands English, or universal, as they were calling it. I think he said something like that, like, I know you can't understand me anyways. So that does kind of complicate things. It's truly just operating on primalistic behaviors. And that's tough to work with. I've been so restless and worried for the last 3 days. The guilt over causing Brave problems has been eating away at me every single moment. Brave hasn't left his quarters since then, and I'm pretty sure Juni is tired of trying to console me. I'm not complaining, though. I've buzzed her ears off about Brave and his Symbiont, yet she hasn't held it against me. The issues made it really difficult to focus or sleep, so all I've been doing is working out in the gym, trying to get rid of this anxiety. On the 4th day, I decided to talk to Brave. I can't handle all this waiting anymore. I need him to tell me about the situation with his Symbiont. Have I ruined it? It takes me a few minutes to muster the courage to walk up to Brave's door and buzz in. The door opens and the Odirian greets me with an awkward smile. He's careful not to touch me, but his eyes are warm and friendly.
Danya, hey, it's good to see you.
You too, Brave. I was worried. since you didn't come out of your room for so long. Can you please let me know what's happening with you and the Symbiont? Did I screw things up for you two in the end?
I'm so glad this game's fully voice acted. I didn't want to read all this. Honestly, this is awesome. This makes this way more enjoyable for me, at least, while streaming it.
Can we talk somewhere private?
Back to my room. Gesture to my quarters next door, and my neighbor follows me inside. We both take a seat on my bed. My companion seems calm but pensive.
Otith is fine. It seems like you entering my room didn't affect him. I was going to tell you today.
Odith, I gotta remember that. I don't know if I need to remember that. We could be done this game in 2 minutes. I let out a breath I didn't know I was holding, tension finally leaving my body.
Thank God. I was so worried.
Tanya, hey. Hey, we're okay now.
He scoots closer and rubs my shoulder.
I'm sorry. I should have gotten back to you about this sooner.
Not knowing didn't help, but that'll teach me a lesson, I suppose. We sit in silence until all the tension from the last few days finally dissipates.
How are you holding up?
I'm fine. I've had some time to think the last few days, and I'm ready to answer your question from earlier.
Huh?
You asked me if I'm single. I am, and have been for quite some time.
Despite how sad Brave sounds, I can't help but feel rather happy to hear that.
And are you looking to change that?
The alien looks at me weary.
I'd like to, but...
What's the problem? Don't tell me you're one of those beautiful but doesn't know it people.
Brave offers me a sad smile.
My physical appearance certainly helps me attract potential partners, but no one's stayed so far. I come with baggage, Danya. My Symbiont. It might be difficult to grasp right now, but my relationship with Otith is a complex one.
Starting to have some idea already, considering recent events.
It'll always be a part of my life, and whoever I get involved with will have to accept Otith. That is, if the Dorada doesn't reject them first.
How can your Symbiont reject someone you date?
It can smell them on me. I've had cases where my Symbiont refused to engage with me for weeks because it disliked the scent of someone I was with.
I know it's wrong, but I feel a tinge of satisfaction that those past relationships didn't work out. This guy's on another level. I don't know about this guy. This guy's kind of crazy. I don't know. I can't relate. I can't put myself in that mindset.
If Otith doesn't accept my partner, it doesn't give me what I need to stay healthy. And that's a deal breaker for me.
You technically could date someone on your own planet, right? That wouldn't involve your Symbiont.
Yes, that's correct. I just don't see myself going back to live on Odaria on a permanent basis. Especially not after enjoying this type of lifestyle for so long.
Could it be that you just haven't tried hard enough to find someone? Maybe deep down you prefer to be alone.
Brave shakes his head, slightly offended.
I understand how you'd come to that conclusion, given that we haven't known each other for that long. But being on my own isn't for me. I want to be close to someone. I want to fall asleep and wake up in the same bed with them. Be part of their world. Go to amazing places together. It's when I'm happiest. I know that because I've already seen what it's like to be deeply connected. To love and be loved in return.
I'm melting inside it. I don't like this guy's inner monologue. I'm melting inside it, the realization of how romantic Brave actually is.
I'm a pretty sappy case.
No, you're not. You're amazing. Most Terrans want a connection like that. You know what works for you and go after it, trying to make the best of it despite your circumstances. Some people have difficult personalities, permanent health conditions, just aren't blessed with the best looks. And you have Otith.
I suppose it could be seen as a condition I need to work around.
Yeah, if it helps.
So, why am I telling you all this? Because I really, really like you, Danya. The connection we have is real. At least, that's how it feels to me. We share so many interests. We both like to travel and...
Love the blue blush.
In the plant room. That was amazing.
I wonder what it was. We'll never know. Not without downloading the adult patch.
Despite all my failed attempts at being with someone, thanks to Otith, I can't help but hope that maybe it can all work out this time around. I guess I wanted to lay out all the cards on the table before you make your decision. Let you know what's in store for you, should you decide that I'm worth trying something with.
I guess what happened between us wasn't a one-night stand after all. I've never been too keen of those myself, so I'm glad there's another thing we're on the same page about.
Thank you for telling me. I may not fully grasp all the complications of having Odith around or how it will affect things between us, but to hell if I don't give it my best shot. I've fallen for you too, Brave. I'll do everything in my power to make this work.
You really mean it?
Yeah. Gonna give Odith a run for his money.
Brave looks amused and relieved.
When do I meet it?
In due time. I have to make some preparations.
I want to see a yaoi written by an actual guy, like when they act like actual people. I don't know. I'll be honest with you. Every visual novel I've ever played that has any kind of like romantic like tension or themes or whatever, they're always written like this. The thing is, I'm aromantic, right? So I don't like get this. I just can't relate. I just assume that this is what romance is like. Romance causes you to act like this. People are just kind of, there's just this extra layer of humanity that I just assume these games are reflecting properly. But I don't know, maybe this is just particularly fantastical on behalf of the writer. I don't really know what an authentic relationship would look like, I guess. Again, can't relate. I like these kinds of games anyways, but you know, I'm really just in it for the story.
The good news is we've already passed the first test.
Huh? When?
The Symbiant didn't mind your scent on me after our time together.
I like how forward he is when he says that. It's such a turn on.
Right. That's true.
I'll let you know when the time is right.
I guess that's why we waited a few days, right? Like 3 or 4 days.
Roger that.
Sorry, I have to go now, Danya. Got a few things to take care of.
You're a busy guy considering you don't even live here. Not sure if I should close the distance between us or not. Brave notices and smirks. Then he leans toward me, brushing my ear with his lips.
See you later.
What a tease. The next couple days pass in a blink of an eye. As scheduled on our course to Odaria, we make a stop at the Expetriv space station to refuel, restock, and have basic ship maintenance done. Expetriv is a quiet hub with tight security and a pleasantly low percentage of criminal activity. Despite that, I still assure an anxious Brave that I'll keep a low profile and register our ship with an alternative name. The action seems to put his worries about stopping here to rest. All is good. Oh yeah, this has to be an end. Come on, every time they do this and kind of fade to black, I'm thinking, okay, all right, this is us segueing out of the story, right? I spend most of the day off board taking care of logistics and running errands. We don't often make stops while on jobs, but the station is on the way, so it's an opportunity to get the housekeeping done with minimal effort and resources. I visit the local broker offices to check if there are any jobs we could take on. Our cargo bay is still empty, and it wouldn't hurt to pick up something on the way. The only transport gig I managed to secure is a few barrels of wine. We'll have delivered to our ship in a few hours, and we'll be taking to Odaria. It's not much, but it's better than nothing. I also passed by the markets and purchased some sealed meal kits. Juni's going to be happy to eat fresher food after all those General Tso's lunches. I grab us some freshly made pizzas for supper while I'm at it and head straight back. Oh my gosh, how have we been going this long? Holy cow. What is going on? Why is this so... I actually have to like end the stream in half an hour. I have to go to work tonight. I need to like prepare for work. I can't even stream this game much longer. This is the longest demo I've ever played. Upon returning, I see Juniper finishing up with loading our commercial wine and meal kits onto the Emeritat.
Oh, you're back. Finally.
Was I gone that long?
We enter the cargo bay together, closing the door behind us. I'm usually gone for a full day when we make stops. It's not often that you can find secure space stations to wander around, so I make sure to take advantage of the opportunity whenever it surfaces.
No, but...
Don't tell me you missed me.
how could I not? But I think Brave missed you more. He came to ask me about when you're coming back, like 3 times. Didn't realize I don't actually keep tabs on you.
Oh, he's probably still worried about staying here.
I don't think that's it. Go tell him you're back.
I will. I'll just get us off the station and set the course. By the way, I got some fresh pizzas.
Juni looks at the crate hovering by with disbelief.
No way! Pizza in this middle of nowhere?
Tell me about it. When I saw it, I figured it would be the perfect opportunity to make it up to you for the other times. You know.
Good move, Danya. I approve. Please tell me it has pineapple on it. I can smell it.
Juniper trails off, trying to guess what kind of toppings I got as we head to the mess hall, the small crate of pizza hovering quietly behind us. The pineapple thing, man. Again, I don't know. I truly went my whole life without ever hearing anyone even use the phrase pineapple on pizza. Like, that wasn't even a phrase. It's just Hawaiian pizza. That's the type of pizza you're talking about. It's not like you just throw pineapple in a random pizza. You're specifically talking about Hawaiian pizza. Just say that. It's a flavor of pizza. That's what everyone always said for years. And then just suddenly this discussion came out of nowhere about pineapple on pizza. And people just started freaking out because they can't fathom putting pineapple on just insert my favorite flavor of pizza here. Because, yeah, it probably wouldn't work. But just specifically Hawaiian pizza and Royal Hawaiian pizza are meant to have pineapple on them, and that's it. So don't even say pineapple pizza. You just say pineapple pizza. Pineapple pizza doesn't exist. Just say pineapple pizza. Just say Hawaiian pizza. That's it. Just ask, oh, I hope it's Hawaiian. Or I don't like Hawaiian pizza. That's all you got to say. Quit it with the pineapple on pizza phrase. Doesn't make sense. It's just confusing. After we depart from the station and the course is set, I drop by Brave's room and knock on his door.
Hey, Brave. I got us some food at the station. You're welcome to join us for the meal.
The alien responds to the door, voice muffled.
Great. I'll meet you there in 2 minutes.
I acknowledge and head over to the mess hall. I can practically smell the pizzas all over the ship. Juni and I chat for a few minutes before Brave joins us. My jaw drops at the sight of him. He's dressed in the sophisticated outfit he had on when we first boarded the ship, hair luscious and neatly arranged. The way he holds himself is just so effortlessly poised and confident. It makes me all hot inside.
Are you going somewhere? You know we already departed from the station, right?
Brave smiles and settles down at the table with us.
Yes, I know. Just washed the rest of my clothes, and this is all I had left to wear.
I have a hard time believing that.
Well, in that case, be careful with the pizza.
Is it dangerous?
It drips. Have you tried Terran pizza before?
I don't think so.
It can be messy, but it's honestly great. If you want to minimize the casualties, you can grab a slice and fold it like this.
Proceed to grab a slice from the box and fold it laterally before taking a bite.
So good.
Danya, no, please don't teach him that. You're disrespecting the toppings. Brave, you should never fold a pizza slice. Why inhale it when you can double the pleasure by taking your sweet time? That is the right way.
May I use the utensils, please?
No!
You're supposed to eat it with your hands.
But don't worry, I swear, we won't force you if you're not comfortable with that.
I grab a plate and utensils and hand it to him. He smiles at me gratefully.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I've done all 3 of those things. I eat enough pizza that sometimes I just gotta experiment, okay? I eat pizza all 3 ways. It just depends on the day, the mood, the pizza, the way it's been reheated. We eat the pizza, each of us in a different way, and banter. It feels so great to be together, being so different yet close and connected. Being able to enjoy the same food and chat like we belong makes me really happy.
What are you so smiley about?
What are you cringing over, Pete? It's just a couple friends having some pizza talk. Come on. You never had pizza talk before? I had quite a conversation when one of my friends introduced me to ranch on pizza. That was a conversation, but hey, you know what? He won in the end. It's good. On Hawaiian pizza specifically, actually. Maybe I wouldn't throw ranch on every pizza, but you know what? Ranch and Hawaiian, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I think I might like it better than just regular old Hawaiian, honestly.
I don't know. This, I guess. Us having fun together.
Oh my god, you're so adorable. Isn't he adorable?
Brave nods, eyes practically sparkling. I blush embarrassed.
Guys, please stop.
Don't worry about it. We love you.
I groan and decide to escape for a minute or two before I get emotional and melt into a puddle.
Freshen up. Be right back.
Look at that double microwave situation there. I'm only just consciously acknowledging that. Especially for a ship with 2 people. A little bit much. Brave and Juni nod. I slip out of the mess hall and head to my room to freshen up. When I exit my quarters, I run into Brave right outside in the corridor. Was he waiting here for me?
Is everything okay?
Yes, we finished eating.
Oh, I guess I took too long then.
I did take quite a while. However, I was hoping to pop in another slice or 2.
Don't worry, we left you some.
Oh, there you go.
Thanks.
Not sure why Brave's still standing here. Does he need something? As I'm about to open my mouth to ask, Brave makes a step towards me.
You've been hard to get a hold of these past 2 days.
Sorry, was trying to get stuff.
You're on the same ship, and you have nowhere to go. I'm surprised. He pounces on me, pinning me to the wall. I thought Brave was hot while we sat opposite each other in the mess hall, but having his body against mine like this takes me to a whole new level of excitement. He smells even more amazing than usual. He smells like pizza! He smells even more amazing than usual. The aura he's giving off is so intense. It's like every part of him is focused on one thing only, to get me to want him. You guys gotta get on top of these emotes, man. I literally have an emote called pizza, okay? We gotta make use of these emotes, the rare situations we get to, okay? You gotta stay quick on the draw, okay? I still don't know him that well. I'll train you guys. We'll get the hang of this. I still don't know him that well. You know what? I'll do the thing that they do with live audiences at like live TV, like the Tonight Show and stuff. Have like a neon sign that tells you like when to clap, you know, when to applause and when to stop. It'll just tell you which emote to hit in chat, just so I can have a scripted and civilized audience over the course of the presentation, right? I still don't know him that well, but I know that being this bold is somewhat uncharacteristic of Brave. I wonder what prompted this sudden intensity in his behavior. Is it Odarian mating season or something? Brave chuckles.
Not really, but you're on the right track.
Jeez, did I actually say that out loud?
Oh, that's funny.
Afraid so.
That's funny. That's funny. I didn't think that I like the way they worded that, because you're still reading the inner monologue, so you also think that he says it in his head, but then he actually says it out loud. That's funny.
What you're seeing here is me at optimal health, while being
Turned on?
It's a little more specific.
I could just kind of elevate a little bit. He leans into me, pressing me harder against the wall. Oh, man, what are you doing now?
Fine, Danya. Will you let me?
A good pizza does crazy things to a guy, all right? 1 minute you're eating pizza with the homies, the next minute you're freshened up and you're on each other. Talking about mating season. My eyes flutter shut while he breathes against my neck. It's considerate of him to ask, but I bet he already knows what I'll say. It's been painfully obvious since I first saw him in the mess hall what my answer will be. I know, again, it's difficult to see because for some reason this game refuses to apply drop shadow to these choices, but the options are yes, yes, and yes.
When and where?
Now, my quarters.
Let's go.
Hey, we did it! Look at the egg in the back. Look at the egg in the back. That's fantastic. We made it, lads. We made it to the end of the demo. I feel like we played the whole game. Yeah, like, you could tell me that that was the ending scene, and the egg gets in it, and they all have one big orgy, and then they arrive at the planet, and they decide to live a happy life together, because the egg's cool with it. That, you could end it there, and I'd still feel like that's a pretty complete package. So, that was a pretty crazy demo, honestly. I have no idea where this game goes once you buy it. That's pretty insane, honestly. Developed by Hardcore Dev. Well, you know what? Hardcore Dev, you're in my respect. I think this is really solid. I'm glad I didn't play it during the Steam showcase that's going to be happening in a few days, because I would have probably sat there and played the whole darn demo and eaten up 2 hours on a yaoi visual novel. So, glad we did it just tonight instead. The game is $22.79. That is the full price. There are 54 Steam achievements. Oh my gosh. There's a game choice and achievement guide that you can buy for $3. It's basically like a walkthrough you can buy. I've never seen that before. It's kind of cool. Oh, it actually says in the description, the demo is all ages only. Please check our Discord server for more information. You know, I think you're throwing the term all ages around very loosely. All ages? I don't know if I would say that demo was all ages. That's not quite the right terminology. I know what they mean, obviously, but I think they probably could have worded that one a little bit better. At least 6 hours of play, 25 plus CGs, 1 love interest, 2 routes, and 4 endings. So, positive reviews. How many hours do they have? 3 hours, 5 hours, 9 hours, 6.5 hours, 4.5, 10.5 hours, 5 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours, 3 hours, 7 hours, 5 hours. Yeah. Longest one here looks like it's 15 hours, which is kind of crazy. Okay, all right, fair enough then. I don't know where it goes from here, but you know, I'm not gonna buy it to find out. I appreciate a good story, and I actually was getting into it, but that's not worth $22. Not for me. I'm sorry. Test the Elgato again. What was I gonna test on? Oh, I was just gonna swap sources around randomly and see if it still works. Got you. Yeah, good call. Let me go here and go here. Do I have audio? Yep, that sounds like audio to me. I think we're probably still fine, honestly. Let me try plugging in the switch. Wish it was a quicker process to switch between my consoles. That, again, looks pretty functional to me. I think we're good. We're golden. What a nice song to end with as well. Okay, let me center myself a bit better here as we say goodbye. Not very centered. It's fine. That's pretty great. So I don't know what's up with the sleep thing. What was your suggestion? I can't even remember. What do I do? What should I try? Or do I just not worry about it? It's really not even a big deal at this point. Like, if that's the only issue, that's fine. Because whatever. If I haven't started streaming yet anyways, I don't mind restarting the computer beforehand. Just give it a quick little refresh. Normally not a bad idea anyways if I'm about to play some like PC games especially, so doesn't really matter, I guess. Unplug and replug. Right. Okay, yeah. Put the computer to sleep, wake it up, see if the Elgato works. If it doesn't, then just unplug it and replug it in. Okay, yeah. Obviously, I guess that makes sense. All right, well, I'm going to end it there. I want to get going. I got stuff to do, prepare for. Plus, I just got to go to the bathroom because this stream went way longer than I thought it would. But thank you for coming. Tomorrow, Death Note. If you've been watching along, obviously, don't miss that. If you haven't been watching along, we are at a point in the show that seems to be kind of starting a new arc, I guess, within obviously one very contained story. But I guess it's not a bad time to start. Like, if you've already seen the show and you want to walk in the middle of something, I feel like we're kind of like starting a new chapter here. We just met a new character and all that, so it's kind of fun. And if you don't care about Death Note, then I will see you Monday morning on a new Twitch channel. And you know what? Don't even worry about it. Look, if you know about it, you know about it. If you don't know about it, it's not for you anyways. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's gonna be like 30-minute nothing. Who cares? The next actual stream will be here. I think it's gonna be Tuesday, I said. For the Steam Showcase. Yeah, Steam Showcase will be Tuesday. So that'll be the next stream here. So I'll see you on Tuesday. If you happen to know about the other Twitch channel and you happen to be there on Monday morning and you happen to care, show up. I would be surprised if I had more than one viewer, though. Yeah, it's better framing since I'm not really centered anyways. There we go. Okay. Blue Man Lover, eh? Good looking guy, what can I say? Peak condition. Okay, I will see you guys when I see you. Thank you for coming.